office with Joseph Skoda, Joseph Stephen Skoda the third in the flesh. I'm starting to get used to these glasses more and more every day. And even though I'm in rebellion and don't want to wear them, but helps me see, helps me see. Anyways, a friend of mine sent me this text a couple hours ago, and it's pretty exciting. He's actually a fellow Air Force veteran, as I am, and we're both Toastmasters. But a lot of you, pay attention, maybe write these things down. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to it anyway. Here we go. Happy are those that take life day by day, complain very little, and are thankful for the little things in life. Happy are those that take life day by day, complain very little, and are thankful for the little things in life. Sure, that is the way we should live. Be grateful for what we have, and we should always have a day to be grateful and thankful. And more often than not, we just want to do it during the holidays, maybe to get better gifts or enjoy a meal at Thanksgiving. But we can really appreciate where we are each and every day of the week, each and every day of the month. Now, I know, in fact, just yesterday I was working with a widow, and she found herself homeless, and I was trying to help her find shelter because her husband was military, Army, but they just had no savings. And when he was gone, there was nothing left over, and I'm trying to help her find a roof over her head and food in her belly. And those are challenging. And I run into people on a fairly regular basis who some of their needs just aren't met. Totally understand. And you and I, as well, hopefully a Christian society, but more importantly, as a human kindness, human beings, we need to look out for our fellow man, our neighbor, fellow woman. It's real important that we give back when we can. And we know when we become adults anyways, there's a mold. We expect our kids to fit into a certain mold, our parents to fit into a certain mold, maybe our teacher to fit into a certain mold. And of course, our loved one, our significant other, more often than not, we expect something and to fit the mold. That's not reality. That's not really life. That's not going to work in many cases. We want, for instance, significant other, maybe financially secure, totally understand that, mature, that's real important. Hopefully, if you're a Christian, you want to date someone who's also a Christian and has a good relationship with their siblings and parents. But whatever it is for you. Now, let's be realistic. We all want the other one to be financially secure, but what if you have plenty enough finances to cover both of you, but it's still important for the other one to participate or contribute something to the relationship. It may not be finances, but besides taking care of a home or the kids or the dog or the gardening, there can be other ways that they help support you. And it's so important that we know that may not be the mold that or what we desired, but it's actually better for us than we thought. Now, how many of us want our children to be, I don't know, doctors or lawyers or military, like I am, for instance? Sure, we want them to have a good career. And of course, we want them to be happy. And I think the bottom line is that they're able to pay their own bills and live a happy life. But when we put so many restrictions on our children, you must learn piano, you must learn piano, you must start dancing because that's what mom or dad did, it can cause resentment against your kids or vice versa. And there never be the harmony, the important things. And sure, we want our children to marry a specific someone in their lives, but we kind of need to step back and let them be their own person. Now, don't get me wrong, if they're doing something that's going to harm them, if they get into a relationship that isn't safe, as parents, we need to intervene and do something. Yeah, sure, the kids are going to get mad at us for a while, but deep down inside, they are always our kids, and we need to protect them and make life even happier than ever before. That's something we have to work on and not understanding how things are going to go all the time. We have to be prepared for what we call the unexpected. And we know when we're not prepared, we know what can happen. Sometimes it's even better. Maybe we're preparing for the wrong thing, and those things happen sometimes. Be a little bit more careful about what we ask for because, quite frankly, we may get it. Are you always later on? We're usually happy we didn't get what we asked for back then because something bigger and better comes along, right? Well, maybe not all the time, but there are opportunities around us each and every day. As they say, the adage say, one door closes, two or three open up. An opportunity loses you, and two or three more come in front of you. That's kind of the way life really is. Remember, live life day by day. Keep the distractions and minimals and complaints to a minimum, and truly go out there and step out and enjoy what we do have. Appreciate what we do have. Work hard for what you want. Work hard to make it even just a little bit better than ever before. Now, I'm a procrastinator at heart. A complainer, a little bit too, but a procrastinator. And I know that. And therefore, I have a lot of stress in my life in certain areas. And I know that about me. And sometimes I usually make my deadlines, and unfortunately, not my taxes this year, but I make other deadlines when I'm supposed to. But because of that stress I bring upon myself, sometimes the people around me get a little stressed out. We're walking on pins and needles or try to avoid me. And maybe that's not true because I have a good demeanor and I'm usually smiling and happy. But every now and then, that little something, it kind of interferes with what's important out there. So even though I act that way and I'm the procrastinator and sometimes I'm stressed, I have no right to make everyone around me feel the same way. In fact, I'm in envy or envious of those who are prepared all the time, who get the jobs done way ahead of schedule, and who can live a life full of stress. Now, I think we all have a little bit of stress, but some of that stress is caused by us. Like I said, we expect a certain mold, our kids to grow up a certain way. We expect our parents to act a certain way around us and be more respectful. And we expect our teachers just to love us for who we are. And if you can just love someone for who they are or where they are at the moment and realize that things usually do get better. We all mature and just a little bit more every day. We're all gaining a little bit more wisdom as we live throughout the day, hopefully. And getting back to our significant others, one mistake a lot of us do, especially if you've been through a few relationships or a few marriages, is we often want our current relationship to match the past one. Well, you're nothing like her, or you're nothing like him, or I wish you would act more. Even if we feel that way, we shouldn't verbalize it. And let's be realistic. We broke up or we lost that last relationship for certain reasons. So do we really want our current significant other to act like our past one when that didn't quite work out so much? Now, understand, you may be a widow, like I talked about earlier, and may find yourself uncertain about your future, and that is a scary time. So we do want someone, especially who's a loving partner, who always showed the love and comfort for us. Of course, we want something like that in our lives again. But realize whoever your current relationship is or the future, it's going to be different. It has to be different. And you can't drag on yesterday's baggage with you. Sure, a lot of us do, especially if we have children. It's kind of part of the deal, right? But we don't need to bring all of our past experience with us. But if you're just say, hey, me and Donna, for instance, visited Hawaii, that was a great vacation, and we went to this specific store, and your current relationship say, I'd like to go to that store again. It'd be kind of exciting. There should be no resentment or bitterness or angst when you're talking about that. But if you keep bringing up Donna over and over again, yeah, that can cause some division in your relationship. Let's just put division, not diversity, just the opposite, but a little bit division. So it's okay to talk a little bit. I believe it's okay to talk a little bit about a past relationship, past spouse. That's part of your life and part of what made you you. But don't make it a habit where you constantly have to talk about them, because that will cause problems in your current relationship. We're talking about living life day by day and taking the day for what it is and enjoying the day for what it can be. You and I wake up every day in the morning, right side of bed, left side of bed, in the middle of bed, who knows? And obviously you have someone you're sleeping with, it could be a little different. You might not have what choice which side of bed you wake up on. But you normally have a choice of what you're going to eat, what you're going to drink. I do prefer coffee, but do I have 2 cups or 6 cups? Or maybe skip a day of coffee altogether. I know that's sacrilegious, some people would say, but think about it. Coffee is a stimulant and affects our bodies. Certain kind of foods affects our moods, and certain kinds of atmospheres can make us cranky. Do you want to live all day being cranky? Yeah, I don't really do either. But so you do what you need to do and look for that silliness in your life. Look for someone who can make you feel like you're you and be free to be you and go out there and be the best you. Doesn't matter what other people think so much. Too many of us are affected by the comments of those around us. Be you. Be you. Don't think about that. Those are pretty fun glasses, aren't they? Not everyone appreciates those, so sometimes I wear these. Sometimes I'll wear these. But anyways, you've been in the office with Joseph Skoda. I look forward to hearing about your story, about how you broke some of those molds, and what are you doing to live life day by day in a good way. Subscribe to our channel, join social media shows, and look for josephskoda.com, because, like I said, I like to hear a little bit more about you and your story. Bye-bye now. Ooh.
John is an employee at one of the most famous firms in the city of New York. So his job is very hectic, and he realized that it is necessary for him to go and finally take a vacation. But he went on a vacation without planning out the details, and wasn't able to truly enjoy where he went because he had to think about so many things that he didn't plan for. Instead of enjoying his time away from work, he came back with more stress that he was not able to take full advantage of his vacation. But this year, a coworker suggested him to try World Ventures this time to make his vacationing more enjoyable and less stressful. They do not require you to plan anything outside of your transportation, which is also available at discounted rates. Your stay, your transport, and many meals are planned by the club. John liked the idea very much. He tries World Ventures, and his experience with the club was amazing, as he made many friends there with whom he had a great time. John recommends that everyone should try this club, as they are the best in business. See how the VIP-vacation-club.com can give you the right experience without all the hassle. Enjoy the VIP experience that only World Ventures.
We've reached the age of live streaming on social media shows. You may ask, we're already ahead of the curve, so why do you need to advertise with us? Well, only 8% of the businesses in the US are using digital advertising to grow their business. That's 2 percentage points short of reaching critical mass, which will lead to faster results. We have 20 plus shows with a reach of over 80,000. We'll give you commercial ads, website link, and connections to nonprofit organizations. So get your brand ready for digital monetization, for we are looking for sponsors, which will bring more traffic to your business and ultimately mean more sales. So let's bring the world to you. Inquire now. Live streaming on social media is the best new way to interact and bond with your community. Do you love to encourage, motivate, and empower others, but you do not know how? Well, your opportunity starts with us on social media shows. We have 20 shows a week live streamed across the globe, with a reach of over 80,000 and growing. So you can host your own show, and you can be anything you want to be. So let's bring the community together, and let's bring the world to you. Join us now.
right. Hey, welcome to In the Office with Joseph Skoda. It's a lovely Sunday morning here where I happen to live. It's going to be pretty exciting. But please share this video when I'm done and subscribe to our channel, josephskoda.com. You can find me there, or subscribe to social media shows. You'll find me there also. A lot of good things happening on in our life. Now, I've been a leader of several different organizations. Toastmasters International, of course, is one of them, and American Legion, Disabled American Veteran, just a lot of different things. Throughout my career, I've even been an officer, United States Air Force, and very excited about the different things. But what I've learned, and what you probably learned or haven't realized maybe just yet, we're only as strong as our weakest link. Ooh, of course you heard that time and time again. Leaders are only as strong as their weakest link. And more often than not, I was the weak link. Despite my rank or where I stood off or my title in life, sometimes I was the weakest link. Because I have a gift of gab. Now, I never always had a gift of gab. Thank you, Toastmasters International, for giving me that confidence. But what I realized is, as we're moving up the chain, first of all, we need to develop and create and mentor people behind us to take our places. That's so important, to mentor and coach the right people. But to do that, we have to kind of keep our pipelines full. Our pipelines. We need to be recognizing, we need to be coaching, we need to be searching for up and coming leaders, despite which organization you're involved with. Now, sure, in the military, we're often, someone gets promoted, then they jump into different career paths or leadership positions where they just have to take the lead right away. And schooling sometimes comes maybe a year later for that training. But if you and I can help mentor people despite where they are in their title, their rank, and give them the confidence to become leaders on their own right, the promotions will come later. The recognition may come later. The titles may be earned later. That's okay, because we need to step up into leadership whenever called upon. We just have to step up into leadership when called upon. In most cases, I think in all cases, we'll have a team to help us. If a CEO obviously hires you to do a job as a manager, director of some sort, supervisor, he or she is going to provide the training that you need. And sometimes it just may be the mentorship that you need to do a good job wherever you are. Now, being a Toastmaster International, I raised to the rank of District 33 Director. It's a big deal. We had 140 Toastmasters clubs in all of Central Coast and Central Valley of California. A huge challenge, don't get me wrong, because I started my leadership path as the COVID-19 started to hit. So we're losing members, we're losing clubs, we're no longer traveling all over the place, but more of a virtual format via Zoom in most cases. Okay, we could step back, backpedal, hide behind a tree, or we could lead. Now, I think I did a fairly good job leading. I'm not hiding behind no trees. I'm going to get my face out there, my message, my vision out there on a regular basis. That is so important, not to run and hide when asked to lead, when asked to step up, when asked to take over something. Life is not perfect. We're going to have challenges each and every day. Despite where we are in the world, you could be the low man on the totem pole, per se. You're going to have your own challenges and put up with knuckleheads like me. But I earned the right to be a knucklehead. I guess in a way, I paid my dues. I've done what I had to do. I've learned, I've trained, I've been mentored to reach certain goals in my life. But we can't stop there. Our jobs as leaders, our jobs as supervisors, managers, directors, whatever it is to keep our pipeline full and continuously mentor and coach and guide up and coming leaders. Now, many, many years ago, when I was looking for work, I already had a master's degree in business. And I'd be looking for jobs as a cashier at a gas station or doing some manager, maybe at a pharmacy or something. And I was told time and time again that they can't hire me because they were afraid that I would take their job. Can you imagine living in a world where you're afraid of being challenged, or you're not ready or prepared for someone to come along and potentially take over your job? If you are continuously learning and growing and building people up from within your own organization, you should have nothing to worry about. You should have nothing to worry about, because us as leaders, we're supposed to look for those other managers who are doing the job and bringing up people in their pipeline and helping groom them for bigger and better things. And we need to be grooming those other managers for bigger and better things. Now, I understand there's not a lot of job openings, but we can make opportunities. We can create titles and jobs for people. You're the new program quality director manager of. You are in charge of customer service happiness and customer service sadness, or whatever the titles are. We need to find ways to bring people up and so that we appreciate them. We need to step out of our own comfort zones and not be afraid to be challenged from time and time again. We are always going to have a little bit of uncertainty in our life and not know what tomorrow looks like. But if we continuously prepare and push ourselves to bigger and better things, you'll be fine where you are. And worst case scenario, someone from another organization recognizes you and pulls you along over there. Yeah, none of us want to lose our jobs, let alone wait several weeks, let alone several months to find that perfect position for us. But each and every one of us needs to find something that they can learn from. I could go to fast food worker or work in stocking shelves or sweeping streets. I can do that. Am I above that? Not really. It's going to help me grow in different areas, maybe appreciate where I am already. Don't be afraid to take on those jobs that maybe paid you less than you were making before. It's going to help with your growth. It's going to show a future employer that you are hustling, you are taking on things, continuously working and taking on new challenges. So when the time came for those other opportunities, you could say, yes, I've been there, I've done that. I learned how to lead in a different organization related to this. Or I took Toastmaster, became a member. I learned how to lead meetings. I learned how to take care of finances. I learned how to check people's education and make sure everything was where it's supposed to be. You understand, we have opportunities each and every day around us, and we're still afraid to groom others because more often than not, we're afraid our jobs may be taken away. And I'm encouraging you, if you do your job right, you're going to have a supportive team helping lift you up as you're helping groom and mentor them. And isn't that what it's all about? Kind of a 2 or 3-way street, however we want to look at it. You and I cannot do everything, or we should not do anything on our own. I mean, best case scenario, we have time to pray about some of our decisions or actions, and then solicit feedback from people you know and trust. And if you and I are always looking for the yes man or yes girl, that person's yes, yes, yes all the time, we're not really growing. And none of us are that perfect where we're making the best decision each and every time when it's supposed to happen. We make mistakes. Admit our mistakes, share our mistakes, and more importantly, share what you learned from those mistakes. Trust me, I'm sure you'll make some more tomorrow. That's the way it is. That's the way life is. Be the best person you can be. Keep your pipeline full of the best talent you can. And if it's not the best talent, why isn't it? Why aren't you developing that talent? Why aren't you giving the opportunities for people to grow? As leaders, you and I can do that. And let's be realistic. We're always answered to someone ourselves, even if we own our own company. And we should be answered to our clients, our customers, our employees. We need to step up and lead. There is help available, and we need to keep our pipeline full. Think about it. Who's in charge, Santa Claus or Rudolph? Santa Claus or Rudolph? Who really is in charge? We have a figurehead, a big guy too, and we have someone else that the big head can't really accomplish everything without the help of the other ones. And every one of us needs those different cogs, those different players on our team to become most effective. Don't be afraid to jump into leadership. Don't be afraid of the unknown. Take it on. You may just be the best person for the job. With that being said, in the office with Joseph Skoda, over and out. Have yourself a great day. Life can really be good. Take on the challenge, grow, learn, be the best you that you can be. See you now. Bye. If you liked our show, please subscribe to our YouTube channel or find us on any social media platform, Instagram, of course, Facebook. Like, subscribe, share. We appreciate it. Let us know your thoughts and join our team. Anyways, we appreciate you staying tuned week after week, day after day, because we continuously build up our network to bring to you what you're asking for. Have a great day.